But the unfortunate news is that I still don't have a surgery scheduled. And I'm starting to get really frustrated because I just want to have this thing scheduled and I just want to be on the road to progress. I want to stop thinking about it. I want to stop analyzing it. I want to just rip the Band-Aid off, have surgery so that I can start recovering and setting goals and, you know, being past this phase. So hopefully that will happen soon. So I am trying out this new lens before I head out to the gym this morning because this is a new camera. It is auto-focusing, which is awesome. But I had on the 22mm lens and it was like this, and I was like, that's a little too close. So I'm gonna try this out today at the gym. Ignore the mess, don't look at that. Let's go. Yeah, well, I did. You are. You're so video ready. Yeah, how was it, Hans? What was the hardest part? The overhead squats?
Going for the pulse and overhead squat.
Yeah. The pull-ups? Yours looked so good though, Devin. Sandy, what was the hardest part?
Pull-ups.
Having to wait for Igor on the overhead squat?
Oh my god. Come on, Igor.
Post-workout interview, how was it?
That was epic. I'm surprised I could do all the damn pull-ups.
Yeah, that was great.
It was a lot more strict than the right one.
Yeah.
The wing foot a little bit less of a kip, but
okay. Good job. Look at the hands. Oh yeah.
This guy needs more blood out.
My arm out here. I'm not used to it. Bear with me, guys. Learning this vlogging thing. I'm back on the heavy cream train. So just to update, I do not have surgery scheduled yet. I was really hoping to have that by now, and there have just been a few changes. So I spoke to the doctor in Connecticut, and there's actually another clinical trial that I could participate in and he was really excited about the outcomes of this clinical trial, or I guess of this procedure. Apparently it's been tested in Germany since 2003, and over 20,000 people have received this treatment, none of which I am able to find in literature online. So I'm doing my own research. Amy on Scandal has been really helpful with this. She keeps sending me literature to review, or not to review, to just familiarize myself with. So that's been really awesome. Thank you, Amy. So we're still in a holding pattern. I was hoping to be able to update people on what procedure I was doing in this episode, but since I still don't know, I guess we are going to do a different variation of what I talk about in this episode. So right now the qualifiers for the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Championship is happening, and I've competed in the MAC the last 2 years. It's been really fun. It's definitely the best competition I've ever participated in. The first year we competed, so I've done team both times. The first year I competed, we podiumed in the RX division, and this last year we decided to do elite division. We just missed the podium, we got 4th. But it was a really great time, and now this year the MAC is one of the sanctioned events for the CrossFit Games. So this year would have been just like so much fun to compete in because there are going to be a lot of big name athletes there, and it would have been a great time. So it's been a little hard seeing everyone doing the qualifiers at the gym. I feel like I'm missing out a little bit. But nonetheless, today I got to go judge some of my friends who were doing the qualifier for the scaled division, and that was just a lot of fun. And I think that's one thing that like we as athletes sometimes do. If you feel like you're gonna miss out, you just don't want to be around it. And so actually this was really interesting for me. It's a good learning experience because you can still feel like you're a part of something when you're injured and not participating. And I know it's hard to be like in Frisbee when you're on the sidelines and you're injured and you can't play, you really don't want to go to practice. So I think it's something that every athlete who's been on a team has had to deal with. But I'll just add that in CrossFit too, it's really fun to go watch your friends compete. And so if my friends end up making it in the scale division, I will definitely go watch, and I will definitely be bringing my camera along, probably to their annoyance, just to document it all, because I think it's a great way to stay connected to everything. So just for fun, I actually did one of the MAC qualifier events, one of the individual events. It was 19.4, and my friend at the gym on Friday was doing it, and just our schedules didn't line up, so I couldn't hop in with her. But I decided to give it a shot yesterday. I am so sore from it, which, for those of you who know me personally, I love being sore. It's just like such a good sense of accomplishment. So I did 19.4 yesterday. I'm like debating if I even want to share that footage because let's just say it was a week of like pretty hard work and not a lot of sleep. I don't know, it's not my best, but I might still insert the video footage here. But anyways, the workout didn't really go as well as I wanted it to, but I'm also like not really training right now, so I don't really know what I was expecting. But it was fun to still like put up a score and then compare it to what other people have posted. And it's just making me realize I still have a lot of goals I want to work on. So many CrossFit athletes have been injured, and they have shared not too much of their story on social media, but they've had videos of like things that they would do when they were injured. So I'm going to start kind of compiling my own workouts and doing things like that. Just off the top of my head, some goals I have. I think my best bench press right now is at around like 183. So I think I'll probably test it before my next surgery, and then that will kind of inspire me to try to get that number up. I'd like to get it up to 200 pounds. Currently sitting at 140 pounds body weight. I'd also like to work on my pulling strength and rowing, which I think I'm going to dedicate a whole separate episode to rowing because I used to hate rowing and I kind of have a different relationship with it now. And so I just want to share that. Finally, I also just want to kind of explain something with this new procedure, second option for a clinical trial that the doctor in Connecticut proposed to me. again, I started looking online for things and I just couldn't find anything. And I recently read that YouTube is actually the biggest search engine online, which is terrifying. But anyways, I will not comment on that. But the same thing was happening where I was looking for information on people who have had this procedure and just trying to figure out what their experience was like, what their recovery was like, what types of activities they did beforehand, what they like to do after, what they're capable of doing after the surgery. And just none of that stuff exists on there. You look through YouTube and you just see videos of like open knees. Maybe I'll put something here, but just a warning, if you're queasy, you might not want to look. But seriously, you guys, this is like what you get to see when you're searching for results for like knee cartilage injuries. And it's just so depressing. I want to see people who are active, who have gone through this and who are back to their regular activities. I want to see people who are talking about what the procedure was like. I want to hear from people about what their expectations were, whether they were met or not. So that's really what I'm trying to do with this channel. And I feel like there's just a gap there. Like, people want to see other people go through similar experiences. And so far from what I can tell, no one has documented what this experience with knee cartilage in athletes is like. And it's just crazy to me. So that's why I'm doing this channel. I was just, you know, my reasons for starting it were just reconfirmed this week when I was trying to figure out more information about autologous cartilage, autologous chondrocyte implantation again. So that is just kind of like my little rant, just to explain once again why I'm doing this channel. Rant over. I'm going to enjoy breakfast now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there are things you want me to talk about in future episodes, and I will see you next week.